There comes a moment in history when silence is not neutrality, it is complicity. There comes a time when looking away is not ignorance, it's surrender. And we're living in that time. This is not about politics, not about left or right, not about policies or party lines. This is about something deeper, something more fundamental, who we are as human beings. How can we, with clear minds and open hearts, look at a man who stands before the world with no humility, no empathy, no shame, and still hesitate to call him what he is? How can we pretend not to see the cruelty that drips from his every word, the mockery of the weak, the delight in division, the utter disregard for the poor, the suffering, or the struggling? He does not lead, he exploits. Every moment, every crisis, every tragedy is to him just another transaction, another chance to tighten his grip, to hoard more power, to profit from pain. He sees no value in people unless they serve him. The sick, the homeless, the broken, they are nothing in his world because they cannot be monetized, cannot be wielded for his ego. He does not listen, he silences. Protesters are removed, journalists are banned, scientists are discredited. Truth itself becomes an inconvenience that must be crushed under the weight of lies, twisted and reshaped to fit his version of reality. And when those lies unravel, when his failures become too obvious to deny, there is always someone else to blame. Never him, never responsibility, never accountability. But the world sees the thinkers, the writers, the artists, the ones who dedicate their lives to understanding human nature, to creating, to questioning, to challenging power, all stand against him. They do not rally behind him, they recoil from him. That alone should give us pause, because true leaders inspire. He does not, he divides, he intimidates, he corrupts, and look at who stands besides him. Not the defenders of freedom, not the builders of democracy, but the tyrants, the despots, North Korea, Russia, Iran, the architects of oppression, the enemies of free thought, the strongmen who rule through fear and violence. They do not just tolerate him, they welcome him as one of their own. And in return, he admires them, he praises their brutality, he envies their unchecked power. He sides with them against the very values that define the free world. Is this what we want? Is this what we accept? A man who does not lead but consumes, a man who does not serve but takes, a man who does not unite but feeds of division, fear, and anger. You do not have to be a politician to see this, and you don't have to be an activist to know this. You only have to be human. History does not judge us by what we whisper in private, but what we do when it matters. This is that moment. Choose humanity, choose truth, choose decency, and reject the thing that has none of it. Because if we don't, we may wake up one day and realize that the cost of our silence was everything.